Which is why.
The Hathorne House is haunted.
Boo. I need a retainer, and I need daily expenses. I don't...
What do you mean, haunted?
Exactly that. There's ghosts.
Deirdre.
I don't believe it either, Drew. But I can't explain it. Everyone seems to think they exist. With so many sightings, even if it isn't real ghosts, something is definitely going on. I thought that maybe you can disprove them. So, would you please get out of my car and come inside?
Wow. Is this a typical American home?
If we're going to work side by side, you'd better learn to keep up with me.
Number 7.
You must be Nancy. Thank you so much for coming.
Wait.
You know, you live in the same neighborhood for 20 years, and you'd expect your neighbors to be a little more understanding when your family is falsely accused of a horrific crime. Oh, I'm sorry. How are you, Deirdre?
I'm good, thanks.
Tegan Perry, welcome to my home. Well, our home, although right now my parents are literally on safari in Namibia, so while their daughter is being convicted of a crime she didn't commit, I'm taking care of things around here. They'll be home soon, hopefully. A very expensive courier is tracking them down in the bush. Top notch, I found him on the internet. Deirdre tells me you'll be assisting her in clearing my sister's name.
Assisting? Yeah.
She's innocent. I don't know why she won't help herself. She's got a difficult reputation. Well, you know, Deirdre, what people here can be like. She doesn't trust easily, not since... I'm sorry, are you hungry? There's clam chowder, homemade. A little taste of New England. I made up the guest bedroom for you, Nancy. Deirdre, sorry, you're bunking with May. Make yourselves at home. Oh, I almost forgot. After you girls get comfortable, you two should swing by the museum. Might as well take in some history while you're here, right? Just don't get suckered into that witch's walking tour. Olivia Ravencroft is not a witch. She would have you believing all kinds of nonsense about the town being full of ghosts.
I thought you two used to be friends.
That was a long time ago. Look, I'm sorry, I gotta get going. Running late to an appointment.
Thanks, Tegan. I appreciate you letting us stay. Before you go, do you have time for a quick question?
Nancy, we just got here.
Sorry, I know you're in a rush. It would really help.
Of course. I have time for one question, if it'll help.
I love it. You know, Deidre just spent, a good portion of that car ride saying, Nancy, you're Captain Question, and you asked too many, and then, bam, Nancy, first thing she wants to do, ask a bunch of questions. I am totally into clam chowder, and I am excited to see if we actually get clam chowder. So add that to my mental list to make sure that we take a close look at. So let's see here. Tegan on the left, wearing green. Deirdre on the right. They kind of look very similar. So I made a note on my pad. Red is Tegan and green is Deirdre. Typically when I play these Nancy games, I actually have to take notes of all of the settings, environments, characters, just because they kind of jam it in pretty quickly. But anyways, let's kind of see here. Let's find out how the fire happened.
What can you tell me about where the fire happened?
What have you heard about it? Look, I appreciate you want help, but I don't want you dragging all that up and upsetting May. You told me she would be able to reach her. That's not the...
That's not what Nancy is asking about.
I'm sorry if I wasn't clear. I just thought since the Hathorne House is important to the town, you must know about it. Through the museum.
Oh, I'm so sorry. The Hathorne House fire. Yes, John Hathorne was one of Salem's founders. His large house estate was the oldest surviving structure from 17th century Salem.
Oh, is that all?
That was 2 questions. I said 1. But yes, he was also the big-time judge that presided over the Salem Witch Trials.
Is there some other fire I need to know about?
No. May's accident was in a fire. I just don't want her getting upset with unnecessary questions about things long over.
I understand.
You can read all about Judge Hathorne when you come to the museum later. Gotta run.
Seriously? They don't let us ask the second question? Wow. Okay, this actually...
Tegan said you've been in town for days, but you haven't come by.
I know. I had to check in with your case at the, Look, I didn't want to bother you. How you holding up?
I've been accused of worse.
No, you haven't.
Hey, at least I got you to get off your butt and finally visit me.
Oh, this is the girl I was telling you about. Nancy Drew.
Nice to meet you.
Name dropper. Yeah, exactly. Where is the Chowder?
She really doesn't want to talk. This could be difficult. Any advice?
Do better? I'll be in the kitchen.
Zing. Deirdre with the zing. So we have controls now. Right. I actually think this looks quite lovely. This is a neat little bay window here. You can definitely get, what, two, I don't know, maybe even 6 people around this table. Nice hardwood floor in the kitchen. Wow. Let's turn around here. Lots of gossip here in this house. Yeah, men don't gossip, right? Can I go forward? Let's...
Huh.
What does that even do? Okay, let's see if she wants to talk.
Are you ready to leave yet? We don't have all day.
What were you actually doing before you picked me up from the airport?
What do you mean?
You gave May a non-answer when she asked why it took you so long to stop by here.
A non-answer? Yeah, because I went to the police station.
And?
And they're still going through the evidence. And when they found out I was May's cousin, they started... laughing.
So they think she did it.
Everyone does. So, I went to check out the Hathorne House myself. But I never went inside.
The ghost?
What? No. There was some weirdo there who told me the ghost was going to steal my soul. It was totally creepy. And then I found out that everyone in this town believes in ghosts, so I didn't enter.
Well, whatever or whoever it is, there's an explanation behind it. Did the police give you anything? Anything at all?
They told me there's a Judge Danforth in town, and he's going over the particulars of the Hathorne House estate. I found his office, but he kinda never let me enter his office. Believe me, I tried.
I know him. Not well, but enough to get through his door and have a conversation.
All right, are we going into town or what?
Sure.
Who could gain something by burning down a house? Insurance claim, maybe?
Possibly. Means, motive, and opportunity. We need to start interviewing. See if anyone checks off those 3 boxes.
And in your experience?
It's usually something much more personal.
Yeah, the graphics are interesting. Like, look at how this plant here is, like, super focused, and these ones are all kind of blurry. Charmaine, welcome to the live stream. Thank you for dropping by today. I'm actually thinking the voice, Nature's voice, is actually pretty darn good. I know that I'm supposed to be calling her on my phone, but I can't. I'm like stuck in this dialogue loop, so we'll carry on here.
This tour sounds interesting.
Don't tell Tegan that's your plan.
It'll give us a good overview of the town.
You mean I want to meet the real witch of Salem?
Yeah, I do. She might know something. I wonder why Tegan doesn't like her.
You don't have to investigate everything, Drew. Olivia steals Tegan's visitors, sounds like. You really want to do the dumb tour?
You don't have to come with me.
Side by side. Gotta be honest, it does sound more fun than the museum.
All right, now we have freedom to do things. Caribbean Chica, how are you doing today? So I've been requested to Oh, look at all the different people I can call now. Oh, neat. So, Deirdre.
Hi. You've reached the phone of Private Investigator Deirdre Shannon. I'm working on an important case and can't come to the phone right now. But if you have any information you'd like to share, please leave a message after the beep.
Professional. Deirdre is taking this very seriously.
It is, Keela. There is a lot of talking. There's no doubt about it. Let's call Ned, just because we can.
Hello. You've reached the voicemail inbox of Ned Nickerson. I apologize that I did not come to the phone in a timely fashion. Please feel free to leave a message after the beep.
Okay, well that was epic fail. Let's find out what the doctor's all about.
Hey, this is Nancy Drew. I have a couple more questions if you don't mind.
Oh, hello. I remember you, yes.
Sorry. Forgot about the time zones.
Fine, it's fine. What did you want to ask me?
Forgot about the time zones. Nice.
Did you find any more secrets on AW inside Judge Sewell's desk?
Nothing you hadn't already uncovered. It's an intriguing design, however, one that would become popular throughout Europe a century later, under the famous German cabinet maker, David Röntgen.
I wonder how Sewell managed to be ahead of his time. The ghost of carpentry yet to come?
What? The world has always been filled with crafty artisans. Another example of mechanical trick vessels and furniture can be found much earlier, in the 12th century works of chief engineer Ismail al-Jazari. Ah, but I'm getting carried away.
Wish I had the chance to crack the Book of Apologies, too. The AW lock. You have no idea what that could be referring to.
I'm afraid not. I've looked up a few options but found nothing I consider plausible. I'm sorry I cannot be of more help here, but if you find out, please let me know. I'm very curious about this myself.
All right, thanks anyway. I'm on it.
Right. Good. Any more questions?
Well, we've got quite a lot here. You know what? I'm gonna let her get back, and we'll come back to these. Well, you know what? Whatever.
Can you tell me any more about Judge Sewell?
Ah, yes. Samuel Sewell was a man plagued by remorse about the Salem Witch Trials for the rest of his life. He came to realize witchcraft does not exist and saw misfortunes in his personal life as punishment from God for condemning innocent people on insubstantial evidence.
At least he came to his senses, but too late to save the trial victims.
I believe he tried to make amends in other ways. Although not free of problematic views of the time, Sewell did strongly protest against slavery, composing the earliest recorded anti-slavery tract of what was to become the United States.
I'm not sure if that helps my investigation, but it's nice to hear people can learn and do better.
Indeed. Any more questions?
One more! And yes, we're gonna pour root beer all over it. That's how this works. And then we're gonna get a cheeseburger. No, wait, what are the A&W burgers? They're like Teen Burger and Grandpa Burger.
I want to know more about victims of witch trials.
I see. Well, my focus lies on the Salberjaco witch trials in and around Mosam Castle in the late 1600s. A clear but unusual pattern emerged for arresting, torturing, and executing at least 139 people.
How awful. What do you mean by a pattern?
The victims were social outcasts, disabled, homeless, poor. Over half of them were mere children and juveniles that gathered in gangs of beggars and petty thieves to survive. Uncommonly, more than 2/3 of the accused witches in this case were males.
That's so sad. They didn't stand a chance.
Indeed. Their low social status left them vulnerable to public scorn and persecution, as they had no one to vouch for their whereabouts. One young man in particular was sought after but never found, Jakob Kohler. The rumors of his black magic grew wilder by the day, spiraling into a witch-hunting craze.
This is worrisome. I don't want the same thing to happen in Salem a second time.
All the more important to educate about the past. Anything else you'd like to ask?
No, that's it for now.
I'll let you get back to your evening. Night? Thank you for taking time for me. It was nice talking to you again.
You're welcome. Please stay in touch with any historical discoveries you make. I greatly appreciate it.
Will do.
So it is interesting. I never really thought of like males being put under a witch trial. I guess it's just normally the stereotype is females. Wow. Nancy Drew teaching things to me again and again. So it doesn't look like I can do much in the kitchen. We're gonna just kind of wander the house as much as we can and get on with, I guess, sort of the next phase here. I'm gonna not talk to anyone for a little bit. Everyone's so chatty. Let's see what we can actually have a closer look at. The doctor does seem nice. It's a good nice, right?
The neighborhood looks peaceful from up here.
That's what we're looking
The
at?
neighborhood looks peaceful from up here.
I thought we were going to look at the plant. So let's see what else we can...